and that's going on heavy. It says the list includes factors that apply other forms of police states, such as the use of identity documents and police enforcement, but go considerably beyond them and emphasize the use of technology to gather and process the information collected. That's why we're in a time for war, man. That's why the scriptures say there's a time for peace and there's a time for war. We are basically at war with Esau right now, man, and also an information war and a world war, man. We got the third world war coming up, man. All this right here is basically the white man declaring war on the citizens. All right, and this is bringing out a little more information. Hold on, not this one. All right, yeah, this is bringing out a little more information on why I said that the police have been militarized, man. And it says militarization of police. It says militarization of police involves the use of military equipment and tactics by law enforcement officers, and they passed the legislations for the government to give these police officers heavier artillery. Over $500 million was given to them, man, and you're gonna see it in production.
Half of Americans' income tax is being spent on the military-industrial complex. One would think that the money is being put to good use. M16s, tanks, helicopters, drones, and armor. Well, America certainly has the biggest and baddest killing equipment in the world. But have you ever wondered what happens to all the military's toys once the troops get pulled out of the military zones? Well, you won't have to wonder much longer. You'll see it for yourself. Because many of the U.S. military's weapons are heading straight to local police forces. It's called the 1033 program, and it gave $500 million worth of military gear to police forces in 2011 alone. We see it already happening in rural towns across America.
We've all seen these little handheld tasers cops use. Well, APD is seriously stepping up its taser firepower with this.
La Joya ISD Police Chief Raul Gonzalez says, like surrounding police departments, the school district located in the high illegal trafficking area is also acquiring much-needed military equipment worth $380,000.
They're here to train members of the 354th MP Company here in St. Louis on how to drive these rigs, a military's driver's ed of sorts, if you will, on the highways and on city streets.
This is just the beginning. Take a look at this infographic of the evolution of riot cops in the last couple decades. It's obvious that the police are becoming increasingly militarized in this country, and now they're being armed with actual military weaponry. What's more, this week the U.S. Department of Justice gave $750,000 to the city of Chula Vista, California, to help their police force hire military veterans. Los Angeles received $6.4 million for doing the same thing. And certainly these aren't the only instances where this has happened. Veterans are increasingly turning into police officers. So not only are our boys in blue armed to the gills, they're also trained to be military machines. In the end, all of this begs the question, what exactly is the police force preparing for? And who are they trying to control with all this gear?
It says this includes the use of armed personnel carriers, assault rifles, submachine guns, flashbang grenades, grenade launchers, sniper rifles, special weapons and tactics, SWAT teams. The militarization of law enforcement is also associated with intelligence agencies, and that's when that electronic police state come in, because in order to gather intelligence, you gotta basically uh, take control of the people's information, right? Electronically. It says intelligence agency style information gathered aimed at the public and political activists. It says and a more aggressive style of law enforcement is why the people getting their ass beat up by the police officers. It says criminal justice professor Pt.4 has denied militarization of law enforcement as the process whereby civilian police increasingly draw from and pattern themselves around the tenets of militarism and the military model. It says overseers have noted the militarizing of the policy of the policing of protests. Since the 1970s, riot police have fired at protesters using guns and rubber bullets or plastic bullets. Tear gas, which was developed for riot control in 1919, is widely used against protesters in the 2000s. The use of tear gas in warfare is prohibited by various international treaties that most states have signed. However, its law enforcement or military use for domestic or non-combatant situations is permitted. Right, man. So basically, America is coming into the New World Order. And this is one of the steps to the New World Order, a police state, electronic police state, man. Okay, I'm going to bring up this next scripture. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me over the tower. I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And this is part of prophecies, man. That's why we run. That's why we running. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And that's what you see going on, man. You see that this New World Order is coming to pass through certain legislations that they push out there, through the militarization of the police, to these protests that's coming up, man. That's part of the vision. That's part of the prophecy, man. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right? That's how you know we at the end of the Esau's kingdom, Esau's society, man. Though it tarry, wait for it. And the apostles been waiting for years, man. Now we waiting. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will shortly come. It will not tarry. Right? So the Lord gonna do exactly what he said he was gonna do. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. And that's why we be out there on the highways and byways, man. That's why we make these videos, man. Because the just shall live by faith. And what is our faith? Right here, us bringing out this information. Us being on the highways and byways. Us learning the statutes, laws, and commandments, and the scriptures to the best of our ability in this wicked ass society, man. Alright, this is the next scripture. This is Revelations. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, talking about you people. And the heavens is talking about, in this case, America right now, because America is in this heaven. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, destruction to you people, man. For the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath. Right, and this is part of his great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And this is a prime example, man. Okay, another scripture. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 6. No, yeah, 6. Wherefore a lion out of the forest shall slay them, and a wolf of the evening shall spoil them. A leopard shall watch over their city. That's talking about Esau, man. Esau is watching over these cities through his police force, through the mass surveillance. That's why under the mass surveillance category, you got electronic police state, man. And that's how Esau is watching over you people, through the surveillance cameras. Not only that, they collecting all your information and listening to your phone calls, man. It says, a leopard shall watch over the cities. That's talking about your police force. Every one that goeth out hence shall be torn in pieces, because their transgressions are many, and their backslidings are increased. Right, and that's talking about Israel, man. Israel didn't want to follow the law, statutes, commandments, and the scriptures. So the Lord gonna have this police force tear their ass up, man. All right. Yeah, I mean, hold on, wait, let me see. Yeah, man, and that's basically it for the lesson, man. Esau is bringing in his new world order, by way of police state, by way of passing certain legislations, and that's biblical prophecy. But all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the work of sincerity and truth. Shalom.